What's good, leaders? Welcome back to another episode of Newer Leaders Podcast. I'm your host, Kyrie Green, and today we have a very special guest with us. This guest is somebody. This is our first time actually sitting down and talking. He came across the channel. He was like, I see what y'all doing. I want to be a part of it. Come on, we're gonna sit down. We're gonna talk. So we're gonna learn. We're gonna learn about this audience together. Go ahead, let them know what you do.
I'm saying, you already know what it is. Lil Ricky. I'm saying, y'all can follow me on all platforms at 31 Reek. I'm a young up-and-coming artist from Philly. I'm saying, I rap, and then, you feel me, I do my little ones and twos on the side.
This school year, Newer Leaders Podcast will be choosing 4 young leaders to invest in. That means getting them whatever they need to be set up for success. It could be mentorship, school supplies, school clothes, just whatever you need to get started. This isn't about charity. This is about investing in the new leaders of our communities. People that want to learn, grow, and change the narrative for them and their peers, man. If this is you or somebody you know, click the link, fill out the form, and let's get started. So how you been, man?
Man, I've been chilling. I've been staying focused and all of that, staying out the way.
That's all you can do. Stay out the way, especially there's a lot going on. You gotta stay out the way. Stay focused.
Oh,
A
boy,
lot of
man.
things that'll like knock you off your square right now.
Right.
Um, you said you're an artist, you rap. So what made you start rapping?
I was incarcerated. I got locked up
Mm.
when I was 18, 6 days after my birthday. And when I got locked up and all of that, I'm just going through the process and the trials and tribulations of being booked. So I had a strong support system. And my
Mm.
mom, she was like, you good at writing and everything like that. So she was like, why don't you write a book? Like, I've been shot when I was 16.
Mm.
Feel me? Like, I done seen people die and ran around in the streets and all of that. So I'm like, no, like, I ain't gonna write no book or nothing. Cause she was like, write a book. So I'm like, I ain't gonna write no book or nothing. That joint gonna take too long.
Mm.
I gotta do the chapters and all that, pick people up and all of that, and then
Yeah.
I gotta make it to where as though it's not really like a biography. I'm
Mm.
an autobiography. So it's like my thought process wasn't too strict on that. So I'm like, I'm gonna just write something. But in my head, I'm like, I ain't gonna really write nothing. You feel me?
Mm.
She told me write a book, and I'm chilling with my celly one day. You feel me? This is my first celly. He was like, he was like, you rap? You like you rap? I'm like, no, I don't rap. So he started giving me some of his music and stuff that he had. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, all right, that joint hot. So I ended up having one song. I made it about my cousin when he died. I let him hear that joint. He was like, that joint cool, like that joint sturdy. So I'm like, all right, bet. So one day, like, you feel me? Like, if you've been incarcerated before, you know, like, if it's a bunch of people on the block that know how I rap, like, they all come together, like, you feel me? Sometimes on the block, and they be like, they have a little cipher.
Mm.
So they having a little cipher and all of that. So my celly put me on the spot. He like, Reek, go ahead, give him the joint you gave me. I'm like, bro, I don't rap, bro. So he like, go ahead, man. So niggas start gassing it up and all of that. They like, go ahead,
Mm.
rap. So I gave them that joint. They like, yeah, that joint hot. So I'm like, all right, you feel me? People was fucking with it, niggas was fucking with it. So I'm like, that joint cool. You know what I'm saying? One boy pulled me to the side. He like, yo, what's your name? I'm like, Reek. So he like, where you from? I'm like, South Philly. So he was like, yo, that joint was hot. He was like, yo, you think you can make a song for me about how you got booked? So I'm like, yeah, I could do it. So
Mm.
then I go in the cell that night, make a song about how I get booked. Next morning, I knock on his cell and all that. I'm like, yo, bro. He like, yo, what's up? I'm like, I got that joint for you. I let him hear it. He like, yo, that joint hot. And then from there on out, he was just like, make a song about this, make a song about that, make a song about this.
Mm.
And I was doing it. You feel me? So I just stuck with it. Next thing you know, I get on the phone with my people and all of that. I'm letting them hear it and everything like that. So they like, go ahead, do it. Like, you ain't got nothing but time on your hands, you feel me?
Mm.
So just my whole bid, I got sentenced to 2.5 to 5. I did 3 years, went upstate,
Mm.
my first bid. I just was doing it ever since. Came home, started rapping and trying to do that.
Mm. I ain't gonna lie, that's a powerful like backstory. I'll be honest. That just took the whole conversation to a whole different trajectory. Because now I want to tap into a few things. So you mentioned You was incarcerated. That's what, got you into the making music. So like during that time, um what was like your mind like what was your mindset why you was doing that bid? Like why you were, making the songs for, the person that was in there, and you had time to sit and think to yourself, like, what was going through your mind?
I mean, I feel as though like it was a lot going through my mind. Like when you locked up, and I was young, so it was like a lot of stuff that I'm calling home and I'm hearing like my folks, my family, my friends, they out there doing, I couldn't do.
Mm,
So me being away for so long and away from my people, it was just like, you know what I'm saying, what else can I do? So it was like, you know what I'm saying, that was something that I do in my free time. I get bored, I'm
mm,
irritated, I'm beefing with my girl, or you feel me? Like anytime I had a sign, a feeling of a different emotion, I
mm,
just pick up a pen and a pad and I just write how I feel.
mm. So when you got out from that bed, after making them songs, did you immediately like, yo, what's your thought process like, yo, I gotta hit the studio?
I mean, yeah, it was, but it wasn't. Like when I came, I had a plan. So it was like I had an agenda
Mm,
just as well as that plan. So like, of course, it was me coming home, getting myself together and things like that. You feel me? But at the same time, like once I actually stepped out and I got out here and all of that, like my homies and everybody that I was calling that I had in my corner, that was my support. They was like,
mm,
yo, like what's up with the rap stuff? Like, what you want to do? Like, you feel me? Like, you know what I'm saying, I got a gig and all of that. I'm trying to stay out the way and stuff like that. But then it turned into them like, bro, come on, we doing it. Like, what else is it to do? You feel me? Like, you got people that's in your corner, they already got their life established after 3 years. You
mm.
feel me? They already got set in stone what they want to do and they plan, and they already put that into reality. So it was like, all right, let me sit up here and try and see what it do and see where it go. And that's what I did. So I hopped on it. And then like, you know what I'm saying, everybody was fucking with it. They like, yo, you hot. Go to the stool, drop, drop, drop. And that's what I was doing.
So honestly, what's some advice like you could give to a younger individual that's maybe like headed down the wrong path? Like since you've already been in these spaces, being incarcerated, and being faced with these challenges, what's some advice you can give to a younger individual that's maybe, on the wrong path?
I say, number one, the jails ain't got nothing for you at all. Like, the jails ain't where you want to be. Like, you feel me? They giving people time. So, however you want to go about whatever situation that you feel as though that you going through. You know what I'm saying, rather if it's a life or death situation, you running around in the trenches, you got a name, whatever the case may be, whatever it is, it don't even matter. You know what I'm saying, that jail shit, not where it's at. You know what I'm saying, you getting
Mm,
told when to come out yourself, you getting told when to go outside, you getting told when to get in the shower, you getting told when you can get on the phone. Nobody don't feel like getting told what they want to do, you know what I'm saying? Once you get to
yeah.
a certain age and you reach the age of you being an adult and actually breaking away and getting that freedom that you can actually do what you want to do without having to answer to
Mm,
nobody, and then you lock behind a cell and you getting told when you gotta go to sleep and you gotta wake up at a certain time and all that and what you gotta eat, it ain't
mm.
no, oh yeah, I'm about to make a bowl of honey
Yeah,
smacks, or
ain't
yo,
none,
I'm about
ain't
to
none of
make a bowl
that.
of golden grams or
Yeah,
something like
nah.
that, or you feel me, like I'm getting a home cooked meal. It ain't none of that. So that's number one. And number two, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's either you gonna live or you gonna die. It's like what you wanna do with your life, you feel me?
Mm,
You wanna be a what's the word? Hold on. You wanna be a what's the word? What's the word? Uh uh a statistic. You
oh
wanna be a
yeah, yeah,
statistic.
yeah,
You feel me? Like it's like, you know what I'm saying? Like it ain't too many people like us that, you feel me, make it. But then it is, then again, it is some people like us that make it. So it's
yeah.
like what you want to be. And
Most
number,
people, most people don't like understand. Once we're born, like even if you pay attention, just like how things are, in grade school, you already looked at as a statistic.
right.
Like we already looked at as statistics. A lot of people can relate to like things like, teachers, administrators, looking at you like, man, I already know like where you gonna end up, and it's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
I won't say any names, but I had a conversation with a teacher, and they told me like they was honest. I'm like honestly, like when you look around a room, you come into contact with a lot of students. When you look around a room, depending based off of how a kid may act, can you already tell me like where they're headed, or could you already picture like where they're headed?
Mm-hmm.
It was like, yeah, like if I'm being honest with you, based off of all of the students that come in my class, um, how they act, the attitude that they carry, how they carry themselves, I could already tell, like, you know, how they'll end up or
Right.
where they'll end up.
Right.
Um, and it made me think like honestly, from a young age, we'll understand we are already like set back way further than a lot of our peers.
No, we're right.
And not saying that it's not possible to, reach places of success or become successful. We just gotta put in a lot more work and put more energy into doing the right things rather than the wrong things.
For
And I
sure,
know
for
like
sure.
for a lot of people now they can say like, younger generation, Gen Z, whatever you want to call it.
Mm-hmm.
Um, they like to say like we put energy into the wrong things. So what you having, you going from having your freedom, because even at a young age, you able to, you got free will, you can really, move around a little bit
Right.
with having that shift from being able to move around freely. You can make your bowl of cereal, get you a nice home cooked meal. From going from that to now you being told what to do, how to move, when to move. How did that affect you when you got back out?
I say, I'm saying it affected me, but it didn't affect me. Like when you do time, regardless of it's 6 months, regardless if it's 1 month, a year, 2 years, 3 years, you know what I'm saying? You do a dub, you know what I'm saying? Like, no matter how much time you do, you did time. So like it's always something that leaves with you from that place. You know what I'm saying?
Mm,
Regardless if it's you staying on guard or regardless if it's you, you know what I'm saying, moving around in there a certain way. Cause when you inside the jail, you gotta move around a certain way.
mm,
Like one thing for me, like I say one thing I did when I came home, I I was about to get in the shower, so I'm walking
mm,
around in my slides. When you in jail, you
mm,
gotta wear shower slides to get in the shower. You can't just get in the shower with just your toes out. You feel me?
yeah,
I get in the shower with my slides on, and then I'm like, yo, I'm tripping. Like once I'm actually like washing and all that, I'm moving around. I'm like, I look down at my feet. I'm about to wash my feet. I'm like, yo, I'm tripping. Like I forgot I had my slides on,
yeah,
but at the same time, like is is like I'm home now. Like that was
mm,
like that's the reality. Like I'm home now. Like damn, I'm tripping about I'm home now. So it's like I don't gotta, you feel me, do what I had to do in there or nothing like that. So it wasn't really like too bad of a transition or like nothing ain't like really traumatized me or nothing like
mm,
that. But it was just like little slip ups here and there to where it was like, damn, I'm home now. Or you feel me, like me, I'm Muslim. So it's like
mm,
when we go to the bathroom and stuff, when you in jail, you supposed to kneel. Like it's
mm,
it's it's courtesy, like it's jail courtesy. So I went to the bathroom, I knelt. I
mm,
could sit on the toilet, like you feel
yeah,
me? Like this my crib. I don't gotta do all of that. But
mm,
then like the piggyback on what you said, I had a third thing to tell like the younger generation. You feel me? Like it's okay to be yourself. There's nothing wrong with it. It's okay to be different.
mm,
You feel me? Like you know what I'm saying? I never thought of myself as a rapper. I never thought that I would get booked. I never thought like you feel me, I would get in trouble for doing the things that I was doing. But at the same time, it's a learning process. You live and you learn. And
mm,
with that, I ain't never had nobody like you feel me to tell me like, all right, don't do this because this could happen behind or this and third. Like I did, but it was like when I was doing what I was doing, I didn't have nobody to go to. You feel me, like that coach me. Not saying like it's cool, but like, all right, if you doing this and what you doing, this is the possibility. Like this what can happen. Like this what you gonna have
mm,
to go through. You feel me?
yeah. It's a lot of people nowadays say like, they like to say like it younger individuals don't have nobody to turn to, or nobody to go to coach them. And I agree with that to an extent.
Hmm.
I like to say like I feel like it's important to have somebody to go to. It's just when you a bit younger, depending on who it is that you're going to, that's telling you like, yo, you do this, this is the repercussions of your actions. it can sometimes be a disconnect.
Mm-hmm.
Because I know I just like to think like back to sixth grade, seventh grade, like things like that, middle school. You got people coming in for just to talk. You in the auditorium, and a lot of us we like, man, oh, don't nobody want to hear that.
Right.
But I feel like it's just is just like how that what we would classify as it took their time out of their day, come talk with us. I feel like it's just important for the people that we surround ourselves with. It should be a thing like, yo, we gotta call each other out, call each other out on the nut stuff that we do.
No,
Like
yeah, I totally agree.
everybody know, you around your homies, y'all should be able to. We not gonna be yes men to each other. Like
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna see you do something corny and just be like, all right, yeah, no, no, like you good.
Yeah.
Keep giving you praise for that, and especially if it's something that personally it's not something that I would do myself or something that I value or go against like the morals and principles that I live for.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna tell you like, bro, that's corny. We not
Right.
we not doing it. That's not us. And I feel like once it becomes a thing where it's like people's inner circle start calling they start calling each other out on the nut stuff or like stuff that's just negative and tell them like, man, we not doing that. Once that start happening, then that's when it'll be like a shift and it'll be like a full circle connection because it I feel like it holds way more weight when you got like your homie or somebody that's close to your age telling you like, man, like, yo, if you go through this, man, this could happen, or like, yo, we
Right.
not doing that. It holds way more weight when it comes from somebody that you can connect, like, you can really relate to, age, everything, background, rather than one of the old heads on the block, like
Right.
man, oh man, you ain't need. Some of them they be like, man, you don't even know what's going on. Like, I don't
Mm-hmm.
want to hear that. Like, this, like, they nagging. I feel like it's way more important for to be surrounded by people that's gonna call you out or just like keep you in check. Like, you're not locked in doing what you trying to do, or just grinding. And they like, man, like, come on, you gotta get yourself together. Like, yo, we got stuff we gotta take care of.
Right.
Um Now you said you had a plan. When you got out, what was the first thing, like, you was like, all right, the first step you took to accomplishing a goal of yours?
I'm going to the masjid and I'm going to pray.
Mm.
The day I came home, I'm saying the day I came home, the day after that was the Eid. So the day I
Mm.
came home, I went to the masjid and I prayed, and the day after that, it was the Eid. So I made Eid prayer and everything like that. But I fasted the whole time while I was in jail.
Mm.
I'm saying, and it's nutty because Allahu Isla, that means Allahu Isla means basically like, I'm saying, Allah is gonna basically do whatever He's gonna do. Like, I'm saying,
Mm.
so I say that to say, like, I'm saying, my homie passed the day of the Eid.
Yeah.
So, I'm saying, like, that John, it was crazy. It was crazy for me when I came home, you feel me? Because it's
Mm.
like, I'm saying, he died in not a way that we would expect, but it's like, I'm saying, it's in God's hands. So it's like, it's
Yeah.
not nothing that we really could do. And he died on that day. Like, I
Yeah.
came home and right after that, it's like, damn, my homie just passed.
That's crazy. That's crazy. I ain't gonna lie. It's definitely some things that we go through. It, I like to tell people, like, good or bad. You gotta say Alhamdulillah for both the good and the bad, because it is a lot. It's not in our hands. It's not up to us. We Allah is the all knowing, most merciful, most gracious. It's not up to us. We don't make these decisions when it comes down to, like, when we go, how we go.
Right.
It's not up to us. It's all it's all written out. And it's crazy that you said that. I had a guest speaker come on not too long ago, and I asked him, like, basically, what's three things that a person would need to be successful. And the first thing that he mentioned was yeah, man, and basically just keeping your faith. He's like, that plays an important role in his everyday life. Just how you carry yourself and things like that. When he reached hardship, challenges, roadblocks, he immediately, like, stress, whatever,
Right.
praying, or being in the masjid and things like that. Um, and for a lot of people, they'll say, like, that's something that get them through like the everyday life. Just praying and things like that. It really, like, it's a mental thing.
No, it
Like,
is.
it's
It's
really
definitely
it's
a mental
really
thing.
it's a mental thing. It's all like a mental thing. Like, keep them sane, keep them calm. and just keep him away from making any wrong decision.
Right.
Uh, Now, growing up, like, did you think that you would be a rapper, or did you like think
No,
that you would be doing something else?
no, I didn't think I was gonna be a rapper. Like honestly, when I was growing up and stuff, like I wanted to be an engineer. Like I know how to
Mm-hmm.
draw. Well, not an engineer, but an architect. Like I know how to
Mm,
draw real good and all of that. You feel me? So like I'm a jack of all trades. I know how to do any and everything. So it's like that's what I wanted to be. Like outside of me, like regularly like finding my hustle and grinding and all of that. That's what I wanted to be. Like, but it's just that when I was in the position that I was in, you know what I'm saying,
mm,
that's what came to me right then and there. And that was just something that I knew how to do. But I don't consider it as a talent for some reason. Like
mm,
I feel as though that like anybody could pick up a pen and a pad, anybody could write something that rhyme. You feel me?
mm.
Nowadays you got people that sitting up there making nothing. You feel me? They just
Yeah.
playing with stuff in the studio or playing with stuff on their phone and they
Nah,
making
for real.
hits and they getting paid for it. So it's like
Mm-hmm.
I look at it like, all right, this I'm the ticket. Like however it go, I'm the ticket because I
Mm,
know how to do any and everything. But at the same time, if I could just make one song, bro, and that joint blow up for whatever reason. I might say some goofy stuff, or I might say not goofy, but like I might say something real funny or out of the
mm,
ordinary that nobody ain't never think of. And now I got 1,000,001 streams and all of that, and
mm.
labels calling my phone, yo, can you make another one of these? And I'm on, I'm
Yeah,
out. You
nah,
feel
yo, I
me?
got
Like,
I got my other phone. I keep my lock screen. Is all it take is for it to happen one time.
right,
I ran into somebody. His name's called DS Boom. And he was at an event I was at. And when he got up there and spoke, the first thing he said was like, he's like, everybody do me a favor and just hold up one finger, like single finger. And he was like, yo, all you need is for something to happen once.
right,
All you need is for something to happen once. He talked about, his story, how he started, how he went to go get his real estate license. I believe his real estate agent license. It was some license in the test. He said he failed the test, I believe it was like 9 times. And on the 10th time, he passed.
mm-hmm,
And that was like after him passing, it just went up from there. But he talked about how, each time that he went before passing and he was failing that test, it was just like mentally that would break a person. Like, yo, I
right,
keep doing this, I keep doing this, and I keep failing. And just in a dictionary, doing something over and over and over again, and getting the same results, but you expected something different. That's the definition of being, insane. That's the definition of insanity.
right,
So in a way, like, that's insane to keep going and doing something 9 times and then passing on the 10th. But my lock screen says is all it takes is 100%, one conversation, one yes, and everything would change. Like your whole life would change. You don't need for something to happen 10 times, 20, 30. You just need something to happen once. There's a lot of artists out here who, made a song, made some type of music, and, it was just one song that just took off
right.
and they on, especially with the power, the tools that we have, in our hands,
Yeah,
phone
especially social
technology,
media.
social media, like all of this stuff is even easier to get yourself out there now. Like these platforms like TikTok, Instagram Reels, YouTube Shorts, these type of platforms, they make it
Everything.
easier. Like for you to just you could just go on TikTok and make a video of your creative process with making a song
Right,
that'll go up, and then people interested in wanting to hear your music.
right.
Then they hear your music like, man, you hot, and you on from there.
And then
Like,
you never know who watching.
yo, you never
Never know who
know. A
watching.
lot of I say this with a lot of people who I sit down and talk with. You never know who's watching. um and I like to revert back to just this platform, the platform right here is a ton of people that's whether they watching a YouTube channel, watching the Instagram clips that we post, just watching the platform in general. You never know who it is. Like a big thing now is profile visits for people.
Mm-hmm.
People like to say like, yo, they got 100,000 profile visits. Some people got 1 million.
Right.
You never know who's the one person in those views that can possibly change your life.
Oh,
And just because you may not be seeing the results that you want to see, or you feel like things not working out, is moving too slow, you give up. you setting yourself back when you could just keep
Mm-hmm.
pushing. DS Boone's story is a perfect example of, him felon. And I don't like to really say like felon, because it was like, he was getting one step closer. He was
To where
taking
he wanted
steps
to
one
be.
step closer to where he wanted to be. There's a lot of examples of people that, you know, they tried to do something, it didn't work out, and they just kept doing it, and now they're in places that we want to be in.
Yeah.
Like Dr. Seuss, his books was denied from tons of bookstores before he got it in one, and now he has one of, if not the top selling kids book of all time.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's ranked. There's a bunch of examples of people that we look up to that, they've been told no 30,000 times, been denied, turned away, and it just took one time, one opportunity, and their whole life changed. Like, it all changed. All
I
you need is for it to happen one time.
and not even to cut, not to cut you off, but like I say, like for me, when I came home, like I ain't never thought that I would work a job. You feel
Mm-hmm.
me? So like I literally sat up in my bed. Well, I was in a bunk because like when I came home, I was at Kentuck. I came
Mm-hmm.
home, I ain't go to my home plan. My PO was on some weird stuff. They ain't approved my home plan.
Mm-hmm.
Like it'd be a whole bunch of weird stuff. Like even with the system, that's why it's like you gotta stay away from it because it's like it's too much supervision. You don't want nobody
Mm-hmm.
watching you, coming and checking on you and all of that. That's it's corny, it's lame. Like what you coming to my crib for? But
Yeah.
outside of that though, like I'm laying up in my bunk and I'm sitting up there. I'm on Indeed. I made an Indeed profile and all that. A lot of you not. I can't make this up. I applied to over 50 jobs.
Yeah.
Over 50 jobs. And guess what? None of them ain't hit me up. It took
Mm-hmm.
for my homie. He was working and all of that. He had a little security drone. They needed people. So he gave me more information. I get with him, I lock with him, boom, boom, boom. He like, yo, come in tomorrow. So when you in there, sometimes well, like everybody, every joint different. But like
Mm-hmm.
me, I had a pass because I was working. I was working under
Mm-hmm.
the table with my brother. So I came out from what like 9:30 to 11. So one day when I came out, I ain't have to work. So when I
Mm-hmm.
ain't have to work, I ended up going to the interview. He hired me on the spot. Boom. So when he
Mm-hmm.
hired me on the spot, I called the people at the halfway house like, yo, like I got a job, whatever the case may be. And they straight up said, oh no, you can't work there. But I told the bull, like, yo, I could come into work tomorrow, I could do the shift, this, that, and the third. In my head, I already got the pass. So it's like I
Yeah.
already could come out and be on time. I just need y'all to push it up a little early. But
Mm-hmm.
it's different. Like it's strict to where though they like, no, you ain't have a pass to go for an interview. So it's certain passes for
Mm-hmm.
different stuff. They give you passes to go to Jumu'ah if you Muslim. They give you passes to go to church. They give you passes for interviews. They give you passes for certain stuff. They give you passes to go to your folks' crib and actually get the stuff that you need if you want to be in there for a minute. So that messed up my whole process, but it didn't stop me though. You feel me?
Yeah.
Like just imagine just sitting on your phone all night, just scrolling, apply, 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 apply. Nothing hit you back. Then you finally get that job, and it's like, all right, I'm about to, you know what I'm saying, focus on this. I'm about to work on this, get to start
Mm-hmm.
this up and build this up, and then so the door gets shut right in your face just because
Mm-hmm.
you stuck going through the process of being in the system and what you gotta go through with that.
Yeah. I'm gonna be honest. The system is a crazy thing. Like, it's something that if you can stay away from, just stay away from it. I'm be honest, because I know nobody at a grown age when they had to report to somebody they every move, get approval from somebody to do something as simple as go visit your grandma, mom, what go visit your folks.
Yeah,
Nobody want to report to somebody, and like everybody know, or they got somebody that may has been incarcerated, try to turn things around. They're limited to the things that they could do, or it take a long time until they can actually have like some form of like freedom. They don't gotta report to nobody, they don't gotta worry about nothing. And with this, like, I like to think about, like, Meek Mill's story. And, he had a documentary release on him with the things that he went through, and in the system. And even like people could just think about years ago when the whole Philly was down out at the courthouse,
all right.
rooting him on, just showing him support to show like everything that the system is paying him out to be.
Mm-hmm.
He's not that.
Right.
Like, he's not that. He got charged. He got charged with felony charges. Um, a high grade felony charge for doing something as simple as like riding a dirt bike, just being himself. Like just because the system, he was already in it from a young age. They was thinking, looking at the younger him and
Right.
thinking he the same person.
Yeah.
They don't like. Honestly, the system don't care about you.
At all.
The people that's working for the system, they don't care about
They
you.
don't.
They look at you as a number. That's all you is. Whether it's you a number, your PP number, or the number statistic of you another black man in jail. Like
Mm-hmm.
that's it. Like they don't care about you at all. And it's crazy you mentioned, you never thought you would work. Like nowadays, a lot of people feel like it's corny to work a job. Like everybody feel like, I can't say everybody,
Right.
but there's a lot of individuals that feel like, yo, like working for somebody is corny. But if you want to do something in life and you don't have no funds coming in, no job, no nothing, how are you going to fund your,
Right.
how are you going to fund what you trying to do, your hustle, your hobby, whatever? How are
Yeah.
you going to fund it?
I
Where
mean,
the funding coming from?
I say like me personally, I ain't never think I'd work a job. You feel me? But at the same time, it's like even if you a type of bull or a female, whatever, like you know what I'm saying, you
Mm-hmm.
if you that type of person to where as though like, all right, I'm hustling, I'm in the streets, whatever the case may be, I'm ripping and running and all of that, it's gonna be a time to where as though it's a drought, you know what I'm saying? It's a revolving circle, life gonna go on. So it's
Mm-hmm.
gonna be a time where you stuck in a rock and a hard place, or you sitting up there, you robbing Peter to pay Paul, and it's like, damn, I don't want to work. I ain't never had to work for nobody, but it's like,
Mm-hmm.
damn, how I'm going to feed my family? Damn, how I'm
Yeah.
going to pay these bills? Damn, how I'm going to get the stuff that I actually need or get the stuff that I actually want? So it's
Yeah.
like sometimes you just got to do what you got to do. But that's where I say, like, I always say, like, it's a lot of people that's like, they conscious to this lifestyle. They conscious to their environment and the things that they grew up around or the things that they seen, rather if it's
Mm-hmm.
the music, the social media, whatever, like anything that influences a person to where
Mm-hmm.
as though they think that they gotta live up to this image or they gotta be this person that they don't gotta be. And that's why I say be yourself. It's
Yeah,
nothing wrong
yo,
with
it's
being
nothing wrong.
yourself.
It's nothing
It's
wrong
nothing
with
wrong
being
with being
yourself.
different.
Like
Nothing wrong with it at
all
all.
my life, like I got teachers, people that watch me grow up to this day. Like they always said, like, yo, you always did something different. Always been different.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't like really move with the crowd. People was doing, they was doing things that they shouldn't have been doing.
Right,
I was always the one like, you, like, bro, you gotta chill. Like
right,
we not doing that. And it's, you may get. I'm gonna be honest. Like being that person, like it do be times where like people be like, bro, like what? Like you'll get looked at as the weird one
yeah.
until like the majority start classifying it as weird, and then they be like, oh yeah, like all right, maybe I should have been
or
started. Like
or 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 reality
yeah, or
kicking and
reality
then
kick
they get
in.
hit with it and they like, damn, like I should have listened to bro. Like,
Yo, like I no cat. I had one of my homies hit me up, right? One of my homies hit me up. He ended up going through a whole situation.
mm-hmm,
Ended up getting booked. Thankfully, the judge, he was able to his court hearing was, it was a couple days after he ended up getting booked, so he wasn't in for too long. And the judge was like, man, like this is your first offense. Um, she's like, man, I'm gonna just put you on probation. Like, just don't come back to my courtroom. Like, I
right,
don't want to see you again. And from that moment, bro called me and was like, yo, like, I'm be honest, bro. I should have listened to what you were saying. Like, left all that alone. Like, a long time ago. Like, I should have been left it alone. Like, and it's definitely like it's a lot of people, they like to look past like those messages. Like, you got people that might tell somebody like, yo, like, get out while you can, or
right.
stop indulging in it, stop being around these people, especially like people, moms, like, yo, moms really like be like, they be the one, they send you
No,
the,
yeah,
they send you the warnings before danger even hit.
mm-hmm.
Like, they tell you, like, mom see straight through a lot of stuff. The people that you be around, all that.
But
It
you
tell
got,
you like, yo, don't be
but like
around them.
you know what it be too. Like it be like it don't even just necessarily be like them knowing it. Be them already going through the stuff that we going
Yeah.
through. Like even if it's a female, even if it's your mother, your grandmom,
Mm-hmm.
whoever. You know what I'm saying, they're older, so it's like they already lived the life that we trying to live. So whereas though
Mm-hmm.
it's like it was just different, but it's just different for us. But it's
Yeah.
not no different for real in a sense because it's like the same stuff that they preaching or the same stuff that they coming at your neck about. it's the same stuff that we going to. It's just different times. You feel me?
Mm-hmm. A
We
whole
got
different
way more
time.
stuff that they had access to, and you know what I'm saying, old people say it all the time. You know what I'm saying, back in my day, we ain't had
Mm-hmm.
this. Like y'all got it easy, or y'all got it
Yeah.
good. Like you feel me? It's just different times. Like life goes on, the world
Mm-hmm.
revolves, everybody evolving.
Yeah, everything is evolving, especially now, like with the like a bunch of legal ways you can get bread or just like legit ways you can get bread. Like you don't gotta turn to something negative to, go make a couple dollars. There's a bunch of opportunities, you could go make some bread. Like yo, they literally I just came across an app on TikTok. I think it was last night or the night before that.
Hmm.
You could download this app and you could go work somewhere literally for one shift,
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking
like
about.
one
I
shift.
know what
I
you're
didn't
talking
even know
about.
that
My homie
existed.
tried to put
Yeah,
me on
you
that
can go
joint.
work somewhere for one shift. Like I forget the name of it, but it's a bunch of different places that's in your neighborhood, in your area, a
Or not
couple miles
even not
away.
even in that
Like
joint.
not
Like
like even if
it's
you want to go, a little bit further out,
yeah,
they
like
all over.
yeah.
They go on there and they put on their shift
And
that they
they pay
need.
you for the same day,
They
right?
pay you
They
the
pay that same
same
day.
day. Like
Get your
once
bread
you
the same
clock
day.
out, you get your bread the same day. Now I'm not sure if it goes to the app or they paying you,
But you get your
cat,
bread.
but you get your bread the same exact day from just working one shift. You don't gotta go back in the next day. You don't gotta worry about reporting to nobody the
You
day
can
after that.
pick
Like
whatever you day.
nothing.
You just go on
You
that
pick
app
wherever
and
you
then you
go.
know
Like
what I'm
you pick where
saying,
you want to go
you
and you
say
go
I want
work.
to work Monday, you work Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday,
Yeah,
you
and then
off.
that might be something that can open the
Open
door
your
to
eyes
getting
up.
a job. Like you
Yep.
might be able to lock in an actual gig just by going in there, being professional, and just networking with somebody that's in there. They might actually have a position that's open currently that they've been trying to fill. You done came in, you showed them that you professional. You can give good customer service, whatever meet the requirements of the position. And they like, man, like, yo, we gonna offer you a part-time or full-time position
And
for this role, like
then
things like that.
you might do it, and then you might mess around and be like, yo, this like something I like, or something that I
Yeah,
end up really wanting to do.
it's crazy. I had my last episode. Um, the guest speaker was like, "Yo, you never know what you want to do. Just try it. Then you never know what you might like.
Right.
Try everything. Like if you got an opportunity, you ain't never played tennis. Go play tennis. You ain't never go. I don't know. Whatever you didn't get a chance to do. Just try it. Don't knock it till you try it. Like I like to really live with that saying. Don't knock something until you try it because you never know what you'll like. And I think back to when I was younger. My first time ever having sushi. I had a piece of raw sushi, bro. I had a piece of raw sushi. As soon as I chewed, I spit it out. I'm like, I'm never eating this again.
Yeah.
To in today's time, I love sushi. I didn't
Hmm.
know it was cooked sushi and raw sushi at a young age.
Yeah.
Until I got a little bit older, I went out with my family. And my aunt had I forget what was the name of it, but it had eel in there, right? And it was
Hmm.
cooked, and it had this sauce on there. So I'm like, oh, what's that? She's like, it's sushi. You want to try it? I'm like, sushi? I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah.
Man, I ate that piece of sushi. I'm like, wait. I don't remember sushi tasting like this. Like I thought it was nasty. She like, you probably think about raw sushi. I'm like, you right? I did have raw sushi. Now this day I love sushi. Raw sushi, no, but cooked sushi, yeah. But just like that's an example of like just try to expose yourself to different things. Like while you got the freedom to move around. You young, whatever. Even if you a bit older, just get out there and do different things. Like when I was younger, I've been played almost every sport you could name, from chess, soccer, golf, baseball, softball. I done did it all. Like tried it all. Some of the stuff I didn't like, some of it I like, but
Right.
it's just getting exposed to these different things. You never know what it is that you like, or you may be like real talented at. Never know. Like you might have a hidden talent. Like never know.
That's why I say like even with the writing, like you know what I'm saying, I always knew that I could write and stuff like that. But
Mm,
like actually making music and like making a sound, like you in a cell, you ain't, you know what I'm saying, you ain't got no beat, you ain't got nothing. You gotta tap on your chest, or you gotta
yeah.
knock on the door or knock on the table, whatever the case may be. Like, you know what I'm saying, it wasn't, I didn't consider it as a talent, like you feel me, for a point of time, until it's like I actually started liking doing it.
Mm,
Like when my support, my folks, my family, my siblings, whoever, you know what I'm saying, they start seeing me doing it more often and all that. They like, oh, you really like this? And I'm like, no, I
Mm-hmm.
don't like it. But like when I do it, it's like, damn, like I'm doing this, you feel me? It's something different. It's something that I never thought that I'd do. So it's
Mm-hmm.
like you right about that, you feel me? Like, you know what I'm saying, go ahead, go all out, ball out, you know what I'm saying? Do whatever it is that you can do while you can do it. Cause you don't
Yeah.
want to get to a point in time to where as though it's like nowadays a lot of stuff getting cut, a lot of stuff is happening, a lot of stuff getting cut, but a lot of stuff you still is able to do. So it's
Yeah.
like still do it while you can
Yeah.
because
Exactly.
you young. You don't want to
Mm-hmm.
get old and be 30 and all of that and be like, all right, now I'm
I
about to sit
shoulda.
up there and
Yeah.
I
I
should have
shoulda.
did this or I should have sat up there and tried to do that. Like
Yeah.
it ain't gonna work because you gonna miss out. You gonna be in a different place to where those like damn like you gonna see other people that was your age at a point in time and you try and keep up with them and it's gonna be
Mm-hmm.
like I can't keep up with
Nah,
these
for
dudes, I
real.
can't
Nah,
keep up with these
it's for
girls.
real.
Like
You hear it a lot. Like I like to listen to, watch podcasts and things like that. Or like, I just like to talk to people that's a bit older,
mm-hmm,
and pick their brain a little bit. And a lot of times, like I ask them, like, yo, you can go back and do something a bit different. A lot of them say like, yo, I wish I would have tried something or a little bit more at a younger age because now I'm, older, on the verge of retirement or retired. Is like can't really do much or the things that I may have wanted to do at that age.
and then it's like times is different. So it's like they probably wasn't even able to sit up there and try to do it, even though they wanted to or they thought about it. They never actually took a step to actually put it in motion and take action and doing it.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like now you sit back and you see other people doing it. It's like damn, like that's just like I know, I know for me like this will happen all the time. Like I might hear a song or something, and I might sit up there and be like, damn, like this joint hot, but me listening to that song sometimes I feel as though like, damn, I could have did something like this. Like I could have
Mm-hmm.
wrote something like this. And it's not necessarily like me like trying to be like that person, but it's like I could have pushed myself to that limit to actually put out something that's this type of work, you feel me?
Mm-hmm.
So when they sit up there and they see stuff like that, they just be on the type time like, damn, like you feel me? Like I could have did that, but that's not
Yeah.
where you want to be.
Nah, for real. So I want to ask, what's something that you working on right now? Maybe a project, something you working on.
I mean, I just dropped the EP. It's called Pain Music. That
Mm-hmm.
joint out right now on all platforms. You know what I'm saying? Y'all could go get that. Y'all can go stream it.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever the case may be, you feel me? It's everywhere on everything. But right now, you feel me? I'm just grinding. I'm just trying to stay out the way and do what
Mm-hmm.
I gotta do for myself and my family.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like I be doing so much to where as though like my time be occupied. Rather if I'm sitting up here working, I'm running around doing my ones and twos. It's like I don't really get time to actually put in with the music like I want to. Like
Mm-hmm.
I catch myself sometimes sitting up there being like, damn, like I should have did this or I should have did that. But it's like I'm not trying to be there, whereas though I'm still doing it. Like I'm trying to catch the wave where I can or make my
Mm-hmm.
own wave where I can. To
Yeah.
whereas though it's like, man, I'm dropping or I'm about to do a music video, I'm about to get up and
Mm-hmm.
do it. And it's not like I can't do it. It's just like it be times where as though if you busy and you occupied and you doing so many things and even if you're not doing so many things and you putting things in motion, like I always say like no matter what, if I was to go out the crib with $0 in my pocket, but I had a plan for that day, like all right, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, regardless if it was me getting some money or regardless if it was me sitting up there networking or doing what I had to do for
Mm-hmm.
that day, and I come back home with $0 in my pocket, I still accomplished something. And I say that
Yeah.
because I got to sit up there and do everything it was that I had to do, regardless if it went according to plan or not. I
Mm-hmm.
know now, being as though that I went through it and I did it, how I could sit up there and attack that plan a different way. You feel
Yeah.
me? Like I could go about it a whole different route to where as though that maybe now it can go according to plan.
Mm-hmm.
So like, you know what I'm saying, I say like, you feel me, just do what you can when you can. Cause you don't
Yeah.
want to sit up there and be stuck not being able to give your time to something that you actually want to do.
Mm-hmm. And I want to ask, when you make your songs, you drop a tape, whatever the case may be. What's for somebody who never heard you before and they tune into your music? what's a message that you trying to relate to them, or like a feeling that you want them to understand from your music, from listening to your music?
I say like if you like that pain music, like I said, I just dropped pain music.
Mm-hmm.
Like you feel me? Like pain music, you know what I'm saying? Something that you could feel regardless if I'm talking to the trenches, regardless if I'm talking to whoever. Like my audience is the females and is the younger generation just as well as whoever like click that button and they just be like, all right, let me listen to this. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
Like anybody that listen to my music can feel my music if they been through it, they know somebody that been through it, or they're actually going through it. So
Mm-hmm.
I say like, you feel me, if you hit that button and all of that, you know what I'm saying, you go tune in, you gonna hear some pain, you feel me? You gonna hear
Mm-hmm.
some relatable stuff, you feel me? Like, you know what I'm saying, it's real life stuff. Like I can't lie inside my raps when niggas know the truth. So it's like
Mm-hmm.
everything I'm saying is factual. I'm just putting my story out there, you feel me?
Then putting on the beat, letting people know, you voicing your story through the music.
Right.
So I want to do a segment of something I do with all guest speakers who come on. A segment called Leaders Toolkit, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I want you to give the leaders three things that you feel like they'll need in their toolkit to be successful, or accomplish the goals that they set out for themselves.
So like
It could
let
be characteristic, book, um, podcast, YouTube video to watch, mentor,
so
yeah,
who
anything of that
so
nature.
like who the leaders though? Like what you mean?
The leaders, the people, everybody who gonna be tuned in,
Uh,
everybody who gonna tune into this episode, who tuned into the channel, everybody who that's the leaders.
so like tell them like what like
Like three characters. So here's something that I would say an
yeah,
example
give me
of
an
it.
example.
So an example for me, like I would say, thing number one is you gotta have patience.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Success doesn't come overnight.
Right.
It's like cooking, roast in a slow cooker.
Mm-hmm.
In order for it to get like that nice like texture, and like not rough, but just right. You gotta make sure you cook it correctly, but also give it time to cook. Or like something like baking cookies, heating up food, you got to give it time to warm up and be prepared for you to eat the food. You can't just throw it in there for 1 second, take the food out and it's baked or ready to eat.
Right.
You got to have patience when it come down to whether it's perfecting your craft, you're grinding it, everything take time. It don't just happen overnight, one night. You can't just come out the water where you drop the song, post a music video and expect it to go up,
Right.
because people don't really know who you are, what you about.
Right.
You gotta you gotta build consistency and also be patient with the things. Be ready to not see any real numbers yet, but also know like, all right, in the back of my head I'm working towards seeing those
And
numbers.
this what I could do. So I say number one, I'ma stick with it all the way around. Be yourself. You
Mm-hmm.
feel me? It's okay to be different. It ain't nothing wrong with being different. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
Even if like, you know what I'm saying, you got homies that sit up there and they look at you like, oh bro, you want some nut stuff and all of that. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead, be on some nut stuff, be on your own wave, you feel me? You not meant to follow, you meant to lead, you feel me?
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, like me personally, I got two close friends, you feel me? They two people that I only consider my friends.
Mm-hmm.
I got a homie, you feel me? He do his little one too. He grind. That's all
Mm-hmm.
he do. He grind. He just stick to the grind. You feel me? And then I got a homie to where as though it's like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was a point of time where as though he was doing a little bit of what I was doing. He was doing a little bit of what my homie was doing. You feel me? As
Mm-hmm.
far as grinding or even running around in the streets and all of that. And it was one time like, you feel me? He we was about to go out. So he was like, bro, I ain't coming out. Like, you feel me? Like, I ain't on that. Da da da.
Mm-hmm.
And then like ever since then, like I seen a change in him to where as though like he didn't always find himself, but he
Mm-hmm.
knew what was for him. You
Mm-hmm.
feel me? Like sometimes you gotta take that step and be the odd one out of the bunch to find what's for you. You feel
Yeah.
me? And I tell him 100% every time, bro. Like I salute you, bro. You ain't
Mm-hmm.
gotta be out here. You ain't gotta be doing this. You ain't gotta be ripping and running and all of that. You feel me? Be
Mm-hmm.
yourself. You feel me? If that's not something that you want to do, you don't gotta do it. You don't gotta
Yeah.
put yourself in that situation. And I ain't gonna
Mm-hmm.
look at you no different. You still my man at the end of the day. You
Yeah.
feel me? And it's good to have those type of people around because it's like, damn, like if you in the streets or if you not in the streets and you got that one person that's like, you know what I'm saying, he like the mediator or he
Mm-hmm.
like the odd one out of the bunch, is like, damn, bro, like, you feel me? Like, especially somebody that's knee deep or that's sitting up there running around doing all this crazy dumb stuff and all of that. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? They could always look at you like they look up to you, you feel me? And I
Mm-hmm.
told them that a couple times. And like the third thing I say is like, you feel me? This should have been the first thing, but you feel me? You gotta put your faith in God. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Me personally, I believe in the law, you know what I'm saying? At the
Mm-hmm.
end of the day, this life is filled with play. Like, you feel me? Like,
Yeah.
it's not real. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So it's like I take things serious to a certain extent, but at the end of the day, I know that we all gonna die.
Mm-hmm.
So no matter what you do, you know what I'm saying, in this world is full of play, you feel me? Because it's a day of judgment. That's what I believe in. So
Mm-hmm.
at the end of the day, we going to get answered for all our affairs, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Everything we did wrong, our good sins, our bad sins. And it's either we going to go one place or the other. Is we going to go up to paradise or we going to go to hell?
Mm-hmm.
So I say, like, stick with what you believe in. You know what I'm saying? I ain't going to sit up here and talk about nobody else's religion, but at the end of the day, if you believe in what you believe in, you believe in
Mm-hmm.
what you believe in. As long as you got your faith in your Lord and what you believe in, you know what I'm saying, that's gonna get you a long way.
Yeah, definitely. Um, Now you talked about you had a homie that was like the odd one out of the bunch, and one of your reasons was just always be yourself. It's okay to be yourself. To somebody who like in it like right now in this moment may be like the only one that's maybe they're trying to get their homies indulge in some better actions, do some make better decisions. What's a piece of advice you can give to them if they like getting looked at as like the weird one, or like they the only one that's trying to do something differently, and they get into a point where it's like maybe they're like, man, like they questioning, should I even really be doing this? What's
Right.
some advice you can give to that person?
I say do it. If you gotta sit up there and question yourself, you feel me, then you doing something right, but you doing something wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Because at the same time, it's like when you doing whatever you doing, you got three types of people. You got people that's gonna hate you, you got people that's gonna want to be you, and you got people that's gonna envy you.
Mm-hmm.
So no matter what, if it worked for you, then it worked for you. We not here, we ain't get placed on this earth or brought into this world to please nobody but the person that we believe in or the,
Mm-hmm.
the thing that we believe in. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying? So it's like at the end of the day, you can't be no follower. So
Mm-hmm.
if you feel as though that, you know what I'm saying, your homies looking at you different or whatever the case may be, fuck it. You know what I'm saying? Like
Mm-hmm.
at the end of the day, if it's your true friend, you know what I'm saying, and I always say this as well, it's a difference between a bro, a homie, you know what I'm saying, and a friend
Mm-hmm.
and a man's, whatever you
Mm-hmm.
want to call it. It's a difference between each one of those names or titles that you give a person because a friend gonna stick with you no matter what. You know what I'm saying? A
Mm-hmm.
friend ain't gonna sit up there and question your loyalty and all of that. You know what I'm saying? A friend gonna grind you up and all of that. Like, there's certain things that certain people do, but you gotta understand when you living this life and you growing up, you know what I'm saying? It's levels, but as well as it's levels, people have hidden agendas. So you
Mm-hmm.
gotta really like sometimes you gotta really go through something to understand life. You feel me? Like for
Mm-hmm.
me, I see me getting shot. That really like, you know what I'm saying, opened my eyes up to a lot of stuff. Like
Mm-hmm.
I was always a person that sit back. I'm the quiet one, you feel me? I don't say nothing, but I'm sitting and I'm watching, I'm taking everything in, I'm seeing how everybody move. And
Mm-hmm.
then it was just like when I got shot, and I actually died. Like I died on the table. Like, you know what I'm saying, like they had to hit me with the Jones to bring me back to life and all of
Mm-hmm.
that. But when I came back and I got back and I shook back and got back on my feet, it was like I could just read a person from a mile away. I look at
Mm-hmm.
you, I already know what type of person you is. So it's like, you know what I'm saying, when you know who you dealing with and who in your corner, you know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying, you gotta move off of that. You feel me? Like, we ain't here to please nobody else, you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Besides who
definitely.
we believe in. That's it.
That's crazy. That's crazy that you talked about that experience. I'm be honest, that's real powerful, and that really goes to show, like, you here for a reason, and you haven't fulfilled your purpose yet.
Right.
And all you could tell me if you're not comfortable with answering a question, but I wanna ask, like, after going through that experience, what was like the like one change that was like super major for you after that? Like after that, after experiencing that, what was something that really like drastically changed for you?
Damn, that's a deep question. I mean, I sit up there and say like, I kind of don't really know. Like, no, no, no. It was a dramatic change. Like,
Mm,
I say like the way that I move, the way that I went about certain things and all of that, like that stuck with me. Like with me having that eye opener and not having, still haven't fulfilled my purpose yet, like being out here and on this earth and like knowing that my Lord and what I believe in kept me alive, you feel me,
mm,
or even brought me back to life. That right there showed me like, damn, like, you feel me, I gotta do something. Like I
mm,
gotta be different. Like I gotta be me. Cause it's like if I sit up here and I fall for everything that's going on around me or what other people might be influenced by and they conscious to thinking like I gotta live this way or I gotta do
mm,
this or I gotta keep grinding or I gotta do this. The goal is to get in and get out, you feel me? Get
mm,
what you can and get out. So if you could sit up there and you could track whatever it is, you feel me, and you can make what you can make or you could go about it however, whatever your plan is when you doing these type of things and you moving around in the streets.
mm,
If you get what you get and it's working for you and you like, you know what I'm saying, because some people get greedy, so it's like
yeah.
if you sitting up there you doing it but you got your head on straight to where though you know what you want or and you know that you could stop, like
Mm,
none of this stuff is forever, you feel me, so you gotta understand that it's a consequence but everything you do, whether it's good or it's bad.
yeah.
So with knowing that if it's good or it's bad, I'm doing bad. So it's like, all right, if I'm planning on doing this, I'm gonna do this for a minute. If
Mm,
it work for the time being. But soon as stuff start getting rocky and soon as stuff start getting weird, I'm out. Then
mm,
then do that. You feel me? But like, you know what I'm saying, just you just gotta do what you gotta do.
mm. Yeah, a lot. I hear it a lot. Like, some people like to say that being running around in the streets, it don't really get you far, especially like old heads. It don't get you far. You really only it places you at a fork in the road where you only got two routes, one or two ways to go down. And then also you gotta have an exit strategy. Like, I know for some people it may be things that may hinder them from getting a gig, or like now they feel like, man, I can't get a job. The job's not hitting me back. I'm applying things like that, and it's like they got things, they got family they gotta take care of, kids maybe, and they turn to these things for like a long-term solution rather than like, okay, if this is what I gotta do this, but I'm gonna have a plan to actually be able to do what I need to do the right way,
Mm-hmm.
rather than continuing to do this. Like you said, people get greedy, and they just like, oh well, I just ran up this, or I just made this. I'm gonna just keep going, keep trying to touch more, and then that's when they running the problems, and it goes back to what our old heads might say, like, yo, you only got one or two ways out of this situation.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's either you're gonna be in a cell or you're gonna be in a box somewhere, and
See,
that like that's it.
see, me personally, I don't believe it. Like I don't agree with that because like I agree with it to a certain extent.
Mm-hmm.
Like the only thing that can hinder or stop you from doing what you gotta do out here or being different or changing or even sitting up there, even if you is a greedy type and
Mm-hmm.
you like, all right, I need more bread or all right, I need more of this or I want more of this. Even if you is that type, the only thing that can stop you from that is a jail cell.
Mm-hmm.
But that's then again, that's a consequence.
Yeah.
So it's like, however you decide to go about things, is like you is no right or wrong answer. You feel me? Because it's like somebody could say that you gotta sit up here and you got two options. It's either
Mm-hmm.
you dead or in a cell. But
Mm-hmm.
if you wake up the day tomorrow, you don't have to have no bread to move.
Mm,
You don't gotta have no bread to sit up there and be like, yo, I'm out. I'm going to Texas. Yo, I'm
mm,
out. I'm doing this. You could go somewhere and start over, regardless if you got $0 to your name or
mm,
what. You feel me? So it's just a level of understanding. Like I said, some people get conscious and they get stuck in this mentality to
mm,
where as though you gotta live this lifestyle or you gotta be this certain way and you don't. You don't gotta
mm,
listen to nobody, you feel me? It's just like you just gotta have your own mind. You gotta be yourself to sit up there and
yeah,
make that change or make that movement and be like, man, fuck it, I ain't doing this no more. Like, I'm not picking up no pack. I ain't about to go
mm,
trap no more. I ain't picking up no gun and all of that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know plenty of people that done stuff out here. You feel me? And it's some of them to where as though that I know that they sit up there and they be like, bro, I don't want to do this. You feel me?
mm,
But they so conscious and stuck in this mentality to where as though they feel like they gotta do it because that's all they know.
mm,
That's why, like, even when you said, like, before, like, you know what I'm saying, do whatever it is that you can. Because if you do whatever it is that you can, you never know what you can do. Like, you know what I'm
mm,
saying, you might got hidden talent that you never knew about.
yeah,
So you just gotta take that and you gotta run with it. Because if you don't, then you gonna crash. You
yeah,
gonna be a statistic. You gonna be one of them ones that's either dead or in jail. But
yeah,
jail is the only thing that can sit up there and stop you from that because you stuck doing time. If you ain't got
mm,
that bread for that lawyer or any day and all of that, you know what I'm saying? He can't get you out of the jam. You get
mm,
caught red handed and all of that. You done. You cooked.
yeah,
Now you facing life and you in there for the rest of your life and everything that you dreamed of or you thought of sitting up there doing or accomplishing is gone. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying?
That no, that's true. That's true. Once you now, like, I ain't gonna lie. Now they not playing. The court's not playing
At
at
all.
all. Like, yo, especially with all the stuff that's going on, switches, got like whatever it is, like they're not playing. Goose Gun there is not playing. They is roofing you for, things like that. And then don't let it, you know, be a situation where it's like they could tie it to anything because they're gonna sit you down for a long time.
Yeah.
And especially if, being an individual who had like dreams of doing, doing this, being the one that take care of the family, the man of the household, now because you done, made a decision to, go do something or run around with the wrong crowd, you stuck now.
Mm-hmm.
Now
And you
you know
stuck because you was being a follower.
yeah, you stuck now, and there's nothing wrong with being yourself and being a leader. That's the sole purpose of the platform, is to inspire my peers, because the term that everybody like to use now, the YNs, but I don't like it. But the younger generation, I'm a part of that. That's me. When people
Right.
talk about all of us, I that's me. I feel like it's me because I'm still young myself. But the sole purpose is just to inspire my peers that we don't gotta do one thing or follow one route in order to get to where we want to be in life. Is many different routes we can take, many different things we can do, positive things that we can do in order to be these things in life, be able to take care of family, be able to be a leader in our community, the household, be somebody that people can look up to, because ultimately we shape the future. We shape the future, and the younger generation coming up after us, our kids, our nieces, our nephews, they are going to need somebody to look up to. And what better for them to be able to look up to us rather than somebody who may be doing the wrong thing.
Mm-hmm.
When they look up to us, we doing the right thing. We can show them like, yo, this is the path that you should follow, rather than going to follow maybe what somebody else is doing that could lead you in these places. And for you it's a bit different because you've actually been in these spaces that a lot of people talk about. And it's a lot of things that happens where it's like people they end up being incarcerated, or had like you said, like being shot, things like that, and their whole life changed, like their whole mindset changed, like, and they like, damn, like that's a wake up call for them. It's like, yo, like I gotta,
Yeah,
yo,
it definitely was a
I gotta
wake up
tighten up.
call.
Like I
Yeah.
gotta tighten up. Like I talked to my uncle a lot. Uh, and we always have talks. And he's a teacher as well, and he coached like a flag football team called Belt Boys. But I always tell him, I'm like, yo, like honestly, I feel like in everybody's life, right, something has to happen in order for like the light bulb to turn on. And that
Mm-hmm.
light bulb is, the reality check where it's like, yo, they tell themselves like, yo, I gotta tighten up.
Right.
Like, and for him it hits a bit home because he's real connected with, the people that, the younger individuals he come across, and they all look up to him as like a father figure, just somebody who they can look up to.
Right.
But for him, it, like when we had these conversations, it become a thing where it's like, yo, like all we can do is like we can do our best and just hope that, it could, these whatever switches that light bulb on is something that, they can come back from.
Mm-hmm.
And just how you said, people get conscious, they feel like they gotta live up to this image, do these things because that's all they know. You don't have to do that. You don't have to get to a place where it's like you end up doing something, or you end up receiving a consequence to your action that you can't come back from.
Right.
Like it's nothing wrong with not following the pack. Not just going with the crowd, moving with the crowd. It's nothing wrong with doing your own thing at all. Um Before we wrap up, I want you to leave the leaders with, a piece of advice or something to keep them going. A quote that might live by, or anything like that. Just give them something to, keep them going.
I say something to keep y'all going is, you feel me, like if you got support or if you don't got support, you know what I'm saying, like you gotta look for that thing that it is that draws you away from that other crowd, that thing that makes you different, you feel me? So it's like with me personally, I say the thing that make me different is the simple fact that I've been through a lot that some people around me haven't been through. You feel
Mm-hmm.
me? So like I don't like brag like, all right, I've been through this, I've been shot, or I've been booked and this, that, and the third. But it's like I know more from just going through them experiences and like even being locked up with a billion of dudes, you feel
Mm-hmm.
me? They got a whole bunch of stories. They done been through a whole bunch of stuff, you feel me? And some stories is similar to mine. So it's like I'm a young boy, like you feel me? I'm young. I'm 18 coming in the joint. I'm
Mm-hmm.
22 now, you feel me? I done been locked up for my 18, 19, 20th, 21st birthday, you feel me?
Mm-hmm.
Like, and 22nd, you know what I'm saying? I done been locked up for all my birthdays.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, it's just like, you feel me? Find that thing, find that talent, do something different, you feel me? Don't be like these dudes and these knuckleheads and all of that that y'all see and all of that, because half of that stuff is fake. Half of that
Yeah.
shit is fake, you know what I'm saying? It's an image, you feel me? Like even being an artist and all of that, it's an image, you know what I'm saying? Like that's why I call myself an artist and not a rapper, because
Mm-hmm.
you feel me? I could do multiple things. I could create multiple things. I'm a jack of all trades. So it's like just find that thing, you feel me, that separates you from the bunch, you feel me? If you hit it in the wrong path, or if it's, you feel as though like, you know what I'm saying, you about to do something that you might regret or you can't come back from, you know what I'm saying? Just think about the consequence. Think about like, damn, what can happen if I do this? Like,
Mm-hmm.
and then it don't just affect you. It's not just what you doing, because if you got support, you affecting everybody that's around you. You affecting everybody that love you, that care for
Mm-hmm.
you, regardless if they there or not. You got people that sit up there, you come home after doing time and all of that. People you ain't talked to in years. Now they trying to be that person that they was before in your life, or actually be who they was supposed to be in your life, you feel me? So it's like you was gone. Like, you know what I'm saying? I was gone. I know
Mm-hmm.
a lot of people miss me and stuff. Like, you feel me? I came home, a lot of people was in my face that I didn't deal with, or I told
Mm-hmm.
myself, no, I'm cool and all of that, you feel me? But it's just a level of understanding the basis and the type of relationship that you got with a person when you know and you've been through certain things, like who for me? You feel me? Who
Yeah.
genuine and who not? Who want the best for me and who don't? It don't always gotta be beneficial. It could be
Mm-hmm.
a conversation. It could be you venting, or sometimes it could be sometimes what a person do for you, but that
Mm-hmm.
don't make it always about beneficial reasons.
Yeah. Nah, definitely. Um, I want to say like you got a powerful story. And I know that. just somebody that may watch this may be able to, connect with you a bit more. Um, just based off of the, the things that you share. I know all of it is all like sensitive topics.
Mm-hmm.
And I appreciate you for sharing that. I definitely appreciate you for taking time, sit down with me, allow me to have some of your time.
You already know.
Make sure, like you said, just drop the tape. I told y'all where, tell me again where to go find everything.
Champagne Music out now on all platforms. Apple Music, Spotify, Joan even on Snapchat. You could put the Joan on the gram with your picture and all of that. You feel me? If
Yeah.
you fuck with it, if you feel me and you can relate, you know what I'm saying, go ahead, go
Mm-hmm.
tune in. You know what I'm saying? My name 31 Reek on all platforms. 31 RIQ. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying?
Make sure y'all go stream that, go tap in. That's it for today's episode. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe. Once again, I'm gonna keep saying this. I appreciate everybody who's supporting the movement. Whether you talking about it to somebody, you watching a clip, liking, commenting, whatever you doing something to help, push the movement even further and expose it to new people. So I thank each and every one of y'all. Y'all know the motto. We'll catch y'all in the next episode, man.
And I appreciate you for having me on your
No
platform.
problem,
You
man.
feel
Thank
me?
you, thank you, thank you.